Have you ever found yourself yelling at your child, completely losing your cool over something small, and then later, in the quiet of the night, you're filled with this overwhelming wave of guilt? You look at their peaceful, sleeping face and promise yourself, tomorrow I'll be more patient. Tomorrow I'll be different. But then tomorrow comes, the same scene plays out, and you turn into that angry person you swore you wouldn't be. If this sounds painfully familiar, you're not alone. We're going to break down why this happens and reveal a life-changing way to parent that has nothing to do with controlling your child. And you'll definitely want to stick around for the last point. It's the secret to becoming the calm, connected parent you've always wanted to be. Let's imagine a classic scenario. Your child gets home from school, you ask, got a lot of homework? And tell them to get it done. But they don't. They get a drink of water, they use the bathroom, they stare out the window. Half an hour passes and the notebook is still closed. You feel that fire rising in your chest and the lecture begins. Why are you so lazy? You have no sense of time. When I was your age. A familiar battle starts and everyone ends up feeling miserable. Now our first instinct is to think the problem is the child. I need to fix their procrastination. I need to make them listen. Right. But what if the problem isn't your child's behavior at all? What if your intense anger isn't really about 30 minutes of wasted time? What if your child's refusal to follow the plan makes you feel like you're failing as a parent, like you've lost control? This is the core idea from Dr. Shafali Sabri's groundbreaking book, The Conscious Parent. The idea is this: your child isn't your project to perfect, they are your mirror. When you get angry at the mirror, it's not the mirror's fault. You're reacting to the reflection of yourself you don't want to see, the part of you that feels anxious, out of control, or not good enough. It's a tough pill to swallow, but most of our parenting stress comes from our own ego, our deep-seated need to be seen as a good parent with a perfect child. In fact, a study found that 2/3 of parents have a critical voice in their head constantly judging their parenting. That voice is your ego, and your child's behavior is challenging its script. So, if our kids are just mirroring our own issues back at us, where do these explosive emotions come from? This leads to the second powerful truth. Your huge reaction is often your own inner child's cry for help. Inside, every adult lives a little version of us from the past. Maybe that little kid was told, "Stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about." Maybe they were shamed for getting a bad grade or told they were selfish for wanting a toy. In those moments, our real feelings, sadness, fear, anger, were pushed down and locked away. We grew up and forgot about that hurt little kid inside, but they never left. And now, our own children, with their raw, unfiltered emotions, are knocking on the door of that locked room. Think about a mom who sees her 5-year-old having a full-blown tantrum in the supermarket. She's instantly filled with shame and rage and shuts her daughter down harshly. Why? Because as a child, she was taught she had to be the good, quiet girl who never made trouble. Seeing her daughter freely express her frustration triggers a deep, subconscious jealousy. Her inner child is screaming, "It's not fair. Why does she get to be loud and demanding when I had to be silent and obedient?" The anger isn't truly at her daughter. It's a flare-up from an old, unhealed wound. Every time you feel that uncontrollable urge to discipline your child, see it as a signpost. It's not pointing to your child's bad behavior, but to your own inner healing that needs to happen. Okay, so we know our kids are our mirrors and our triggers point to our own wounds. What do we actually do? Do we just let our kids do whatever they want? Absolutely not. The solution is the third most important step. Connection always comes before correction. Without a real connection, discipline is just oppression. But when you build a strong bond, you'll find that many of the problems solve themselves. True connection begins when you see your child for who they truly are, not who you want them to be. This means dropping your checklist of what a successful child looks like. It's like being a gardener. Your job isn't to force a sunflower to become a pine tree. A gardener's job is to look at the seed and say, what does this specific plant need to thrive? If it's a sunflower, you give it sun. If it's a pine tree, you give it the soil to stand tall in the snow. You don't get disappointed that your sunflower isn't a rose. You celebrate it for being the most brilliant sunflower it can be. When we see our kids this way, everything changes. Your quiet, sensitive child isn't shy. They are thoughtful and deep. The kid who's failing math but can build incredible Lego worlds isn't a poor student. They're a creative genius. When a child feels truly seen and accepted for who they are, they develop a core of confidence that no report card can give or take away. They know they are loved unconditionally, and from that safe place, they can truly grow into themselves. So, this journey starts with our kids, but it ends with us. It's about letting go of control and embracing self-awareness. It's about trading our need for perfection for an acceptance of what is. As the book says, as we parent our children parent us, awakening our deepest wisdom and compassion. If this resonated with you, let us know in the comments. What's one thing that clicked for you today? And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to MindDoc for more insights into becoming a more conscious you.